All right, and let's start talking about what is happening in the NBA. We've got some wild stuff going on of just kind of point guards going absolutely manic. And here we go. So let's start with this one. Russell Westbrook is the first player in NBA history with multiple triple-doubles against all 30 franchises. He finished last night with 13 points, 17 assists, and 11 rebounds versus the Thunder, his former team, really kind of completing the full circle of beating all 30 franchises with triple-doubles in all those games. So fantastic work by Russell Westbrook. This is kind of why we want to see the Wizards in the play-in tournament, because I want to see what Russell Westbrook can do. Man, we know he's so freaking great, and him and Bradley Beal have really just been single-handedly carrying this Wizards team. Like we said, it's just absolutely trash. The biggest trash. The supporting cast is trash. I mean, Rui Hachimura, Davis Bertans can't stay healthy. Alex Len at the 5. I mean, what the hell is that, folks? So, we'll love to see the Wizards in here. Russell Westbrook, we know he's a dog on the floor. It doesn't translate to wins. That's the biggest knock. But, hey, after that kind of trade deadline, they've really been getting it done. What are they in their last 10? Like 7-3? 7-3, 5-game winning streak for this Wizards team. Absolutely magnificent. So, want to see them kind of ride out this train at the end of the season here, get into the play-in tournament. Let's see if Russell Westbrook can just go absolutely manic again and continue on what he's been doing this season. Possibly, I mean, I don't think they upset anybody. I mean, let's just say, for the sake of argument, they get in at that kind of number 8 seed and has to face the 76ers. I don't think they win that series, but just to see Russell Westbrook in the playoffs to potentially upset a number 1 seed, I would buy a ticket to that. I'll be glued to the screen watching those games because we know he has the potential to do so. So, just, you know, we see Steph Curry, or not Steph Curry, we're getting to him next, a little bit of a spoiler alert, but Russell Westbrook is going manic with still these triple-doubles and winning games now because of it, so fantastic there. Then we just see Chris Paul has passed Magic Johnson for 5th on the NBA's all-time assist list. Yes, sir, points god CP3, yes, sir, get it done. My favorite, probably, player to watch and root for. Older school. Now that Curry's here, I can't lie. I mean, that man's just absolutely fantastic. I mean, whenever Steph Curry's on, I am glued to the screen. That's how great that man is, and we'll get to him in a second. But Chris Paul moving to number 5 here on the all-time assist list, him getting it done. I mean, we saw him just absolutely get it done with the Thunder last year, get into the playoffs, and now they're knocking on the door of that number 1 seed in the West, man, and they want playoff home court advantage throughout the entire kind of, you know, postseason here in the NBA. So we get Russell Westbrook with the triple-doubles. We get Chris Paul with the assist, dishing, diamond, getting it done. They just won last night. Absolutely fantastic there against, who was it, the Bucks? So great win there by him. So he's, you know, still getting up there in the accolades. Absolutely still have to respect what Chris Paul is doing here in his older age. How old is he? I want to say like 36. Let's double check on that really quickly. Chris Paul, what do we got for this man? I'm saying 36. They don't tell me his age. They tell me his birth date, 1985. Damn, y'all. Oh, age 35 right there. Okay. 35 and 349 days. So basically 36. I mean, this man's about to celebrate a birthday in 2 weeks. So 36-year-old Chris Paul, absolutely still getting it done. Absolutely fantastic. And he's still leading teams to wins and high-level wins, being one of the best teams in this league overall. Fantastic. And then we got to talk about Steph if we're talking about great point guards here. The 3-pointers that have been made in the last week. Number 1 is Steph Curry with 36 3-pointers made in the last week. Number 2 is the entire Cleveland Cavaliers roster at 35 made threes. That's Darius Garland. That's Colin Sexton. That's possibly Kevin Love and Jared Allen if they're taking those shots. But that's an entire team. An entire team has 35. Then number 3 is the entire Denver Nuggets. That's Jokic's threes. That's Michael Porter Jr.'s threes. That's Jamal Murray's threes because I think he was still playing in this last week before he got injured. They're at number 3 with 34 threes. Number 4 is the entire Washington Wizards team at 29. That's Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal. Davis Bertans, Rui Hachimura hitting all 29 threes in a week. Steph Curry's got 36 himself. Then number 5, you've guessed it, is the entire Detroit Pistons team. I don't even know who's on that team anymore besides Jeremy Grant, and he's been injured. So they're getting it done on that team. And then the 6th most 3-pointers made in the last week is the Pelicans. The entire Pelicans team at 25 threes. So Steph Curry is going manic. He's out shooting teams by himself, folks. Come on. Y'all got to recognize this man as just the extreme talent that he is. He has to go down as the greatest shooter of all time. He is still getting it done. This is not a 1 or 2 season fluke. This is the mother-loving player right here, folks. You have to respect it a ton. And now that just kind of leads into this. Is he the MVP? Before we get into that, I forgot we had this one up. Last 10 games, Steph Curry has made 70 in 10 games. 70 3-pointers. He has the most in a 10-game stretch in NBA history. We've just heard the stat of most 10-point 3-pointer games, 10 3-point made games. He's got like 15, and then number 2 in NBA history is Klay Thompson with 5, and Steph Curry had like 5 or just 4 in this season. 4 10 or more 3-pointer games made. So just absolutely manic of a shooter. And now that begs the question, is he the MVP? I mean, we see what he's shooting over these last 5 games. 53% or 53 points on 55% from 3. 42 points on 68% from 3. Wild. I mean, folks, that's wild. That's so wild. 33 points on 48% from 3. 47 points on 57% from 3, 49 points on 58% from 3. I mean, just absolutely manic. And we've told y'all that yes, Steph Curry can be MVP, but they have to finish at least 6 in the West. We have to see that his performance is leading to wins. It wasn't leading to wins in that kind of first half of the season. Steph Curry wasn't doing as good as he's been doing. He was still good. I mean, he was still the best team on the roster, but he wasn't kind of winning games because of his performance. He's really picked up the slack ever since really kind of that trade deadline. He's been winning games consistently. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They are currently number 9 here in the West, and they still have the ability to move up to number 3. I mean, this is not something out of the realm. I mean, they're only, what do we got, 4 games back from that 6th seed, and we know the Blazers are streaking losing, and we know the Warriors are streaking winning. So, I mean, Steph Curry still could be MVP this year. The season is not over yet. Yes, Jokic is doing great, and now, you know, Jokic's case for MVP gets a little bit more clear here because Jamal Murray goes down. So, I mean, he's going to pick up the slack. We just saw him do it last night, hitting kind of the game winner in double overtime. So, fantastic there. But Steph Curry still does have a path here for the MVP. Got to finish at least 6. We need to see all these stats translating to wins, because if you're not winning, I truly don't care. Then it's just nonsense. It's just buck. It's buck at that point. So if he wins like he's been doing, if he gets into that kind of number 6, we say number 6 because, you know, 7, 8, 9, 10 is like playing tournament now. So, I mean, number 6, you're secure in the playoffs 100%. There's no way you cannot be in the playoffs if you are number 6. If you're number 7, number 8, you could lose 2 games and be knocked out of the playoffs, even though you should have those 7 and 8 seeds. So that's why we're kind of putting the mark at number 6 here. That would be kind of a good benchmark for just kind of how lackluster this Warriors team is. I mean, the second best player is like Draymond Green, because he's been there. He's been with the dynasty. Third best players like Andrew Wiggins, who's actually been stepping it up here. Kelly Oubre Jr. should have been realistically, you know, the second best person on this team, but he hasn't really been doing anything great. We've seen them win games without Kelly Oubre Jr. pretty much on a consistent basis. So we know that Kelly Oubre Jr. really isn't doing anything too much. So it's really just Steph out here. And if you can get to that number 6 seed, I would have no problem giving that man MVP. Just this absolutely manic shooting stretch that he's on. Let's see how much he can keep it up for. And we took, I mean, the Warriors were getting plus 10 points last night, and we took that up. We thought that was great value. They went outright. We didn't even need all those 10 points. So, I mean, you got to give it up for them. I mean, they just beat the 76ers, another kind of MVP performance game. So fantastic to Steph Curry here. All right, let's move on. Here we go. The youngest players in NBA history to reach 9,000 career points, folks. We're going to have to start talking about this man as the real deal. So, youngest players in NBA history to reach 9,000 career points. LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, Kobe Bryant, And then the newly added player on this list is Devin Booker from the Suns. Absolutely fantastic here. So, I mean, and 5 years from now, are we going to be talking about Devin Booker like we talk about LeBron James, Kevin Durant? I mean, what elite company that this is. I mean, Carmelo Anthony's probably, unfortunately, the worst of this bunch of Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, just because of the lack of accolades that he has. Doesn't have the ring, unfortunately. Has the money, absolutely. Has the, status, absolutely. Nobody's doubting that. But so we'll kind of see, is Devin Booker going to go the Carmelo Anthony route? Or is he going to go the LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kobe Bryant route, which is winning championships at a high level consistently? So we'll see what happens here. But Devin Booker, man, oh man, gets a little overlooked a little bit. He went manic in the bubble. That really kind of, elevated his status to, hey, I'm here, y'all. Y'all better pay attention to me. And then he kept it going this season. He's the primary scorer for the Suns team. A huge reason. I mean, you have to probably say he's the number one reason why this Suns team is number 2 in the West. Then the second option is, Chris Paul, because somebody's feeding him all these kind of, nice, easy assists at that kind of shooting guard position, allowing him to get all those points because Chris Paul's facilitating the floor. But at the end of the day, you have to make those shots. You have to knock down those shots. And as we see, 9,000 career points already for Devin Booker. Yes, sir. Get it done, young fella. I'm all about this Suns team going and making that run for the NBA title this season. I would absolutely love it if Chris Paul got a ring. Devin Booker starts his kind of, championship career early on. And let's see what he can do for the rest of his season, or the rest of his career. But yeah, an absolutely fantastic company here. Devin Booker with LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, Kobe Bryant. I mean, would you want to be kind of mentioned in the same breath as LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, Kobe Bryant? Because I would. Unfortunately, I can't play basketball as well as them, so I probably never will. But Devin Booker can, and he is. So fantastic to that, man. Let's see what this man can do if he can kind of, not flounder on the pressure of the playoffs. I don't think he will, because we saw in the bubble, I mean, it was a must-win game for them to even try to get into the playoffs in the bubble. They didn't, but they won all 8 games. No real pressure got to Devin Booker. He was hitting clutch shots after big shots, winning games by himself. I mean, it was all fantastic. So now he's got a great supporting cast around him. They've got a great team in general, and we have to respect Devin Booker for kind of, putting the Suns on the map, man. He was all by his lonesome last year, still got it done, just missed the playoffs. They bring in Chris Paul, who brought the Thunder to the playoffs, and now he's kind of helping them elevate their play even more. So Devin Booker, man, got to respect his game. Alrighty, not only is he scoring all the points, he's getting it done in the clutch, folks. Gotta respect it. So here we go. Dagger over the Bucks last night. Step back jumper. Cash Money ties up the game with 25 seconds left. And then, unfortunately, if you're a Bucks fan, a bad call. Devin Booker kind of got fouled. Not really, kind of a lame whistle here at the end of overtime. Once again, the refs kind of, blowing the games here. I mean, we've seen time and time again of these refs just calling ticky-tacky calls, like 1 second left, last shot up, like 0.3 seconds left right here as we're seeing, and it's just kind of ruining the game, honestly. I mean, winning the game at the free throw line is a little lame and really kind of has no place in this game, honestly. I hate it. Swallow the whistle unless it's egregious, like you literally like body slam somebody. That's the only way I'm blowing the whistle there at the end of the game. So they do blow the whistle, but hey, I mean, that's how the game plays out. Devin Booker goes to the line. He hit the shot in regulation to tie it up. He hits the game-winning free throws at the line to win the game. So, hey, game-winning shots by Devin Booker, clutch and good. Got to give him the even more respect. So, very well done.